afternoon. Hold on, let me adjust my dress because clearly our host tried to show me up today with those sexy dresses, but you know. We have an awesome turnout today, which is really exciting. And let me tell y'all something. I was just told that we might be running out of champagne. So I told my team to double up on the champagne this year because after this crazy news cycle that we all just had, I think we all deserve a drink or two just to keep from losing our damn minds. Can you guys believe that we are only 120 days into this madness? I swear it feels like it's 120 years already. But I am proud to report that in the first 100 days of this year, Victory Fund elected 8 LGBTQ leaders. And meanwhile, the White House appointed none to top leadership positions. So that's Victory Fund, 8, White House, none. So I would like to propose a toast to the first 100 days of 2017. So please raise your glasses, and I keep hearing the bottles pop, so I know they're full. And join me in a hearty cheers to Victory Fund and to all our new LGBTQ leaders. Cheers. Y'all sick of winning yet? While we were busy electing LGBTQ people who are committed to safeguarding our community and making the nation a more equitable place for all Americans, this administration was busy banning people and sanctioning licenses to discriminate against us, and most disgustingly, stripping protections for transgender youth and leaving our young people even more vulnerable than they already are. Boo. So please, whatever you do, don't believe the hype. This administration is no friend to the gays. And even Ivanka, for all the fodder about her love of the gays, she ain't gonna save us. So look to your left, and look to your right, and look behind you, and look in front of you. We're all we've got. We are the ones who are gonna ensure that we continue the march towards equality. And now is the time for us to double down on us. We must invest in our LGBTQ leaders because representation is power. And we are our own best advocates. And if we are to win, I mean truly win, then we must grow our ranks. Right now, LGBTQ elected officials are only 0.1% of all the electeds in the country. That's true. That's a true stat. Trust me. Yet despite our tiny presence, our folks are out there leading the resistance. We're out there leading the resistance. In Houston, our newly elected Harris County District Attorney, Kim Ogg, is loosening sentences for low-level drug possession, all while the Department of Justice doubles down on the so-called war on drugs. In New Mexico, our mayor, Javier Gonzalez, was one of the first mayors. Yes, Javier Gonzalez. He was one of the first mayors in the country to declare that Santa Fe will remain a sanctuary city even after this president formally threatened to block federal funding from sanctuary cities. And in Massachusetts, our only LGBTQ Attorney General, Mara Healey, is actually suing the president to block his travel ban. So District Attorney Ogg, Mayor Gonzalez, AG Healy, they are the resistance. And when this administration stripped vulnerable college students of protections against bullying, it was our dear Senator Tammy Baldwin who dropped the Tyler Clemente Act to hold colleges and universities accountable and to force them to reduce instances of harassment. There are dozens and dozens of stories like these being made in city councils and commissions and in state legislatures and agencies all across the country. So when you get overwhelmed by the headlines and the tweets and the talking heads, and it feels like the country is crumbling around us, hold up these stories as your beacon of light. And know that LGBTQ candidates and elected officials are doing battle for us day in and day out. They are the resistance. And resistance takes persistence. Say it with me now. Resistance takes persistence. One more time. Resistance takes persistence. Our LGBTQ leaders have our backs. They have America's back. And now more than ever, we must have theirs. This breakdown in our democracy has us poised for an unimaginable breakthrough. Which is why Victory Fund is running transformative campaigns that will literally shift the landscape of America. What if we decided right here and now to wage an all-out political war against the shameful lawmakers who sacrifice us to satiate their most vile and extremist constituents? What if we decide to do that right now? What would it take for LGBTQ leaders to pick off all the bigot bobs across this country? And how powerful would it be if we doubled our army of influence, if we elected a dozen more state lawmakers in low-quality states, and if we set our eyes on the prize of electing an LGBTQ mayor in the largest city in the South and got it done? How much more powerful could we be? Well, we don't have to guess. We just have to get to work. We have to elect more LGBTQ officials who can change the game because we know the power of our presence at the table. With more of us at the helm in lower quality states, bigotry and discrimination will not have the last word in America. And when we win big with our Transforming Politics campaign and elect Andrea Jenkins and Danica Rome and our other transgender candidates, when we elect them, we will ensure that bathroom bills don't have the last word in America. And when we begin knocking off bad bureaucrats around the country who legislate hate, well, that ill-equipped tyrant in the White House, he will not have the last word. You know who will have the last word? We will. So, friends, I am here to remind us that this is our time. The time for neutrality has passed. The line has been drawn in the sand, and either you are standing on the side of progress or regress. So please ask yourselves, am I doing the most right now when it matters most? Am I giving enough? Can I dig a little deeper? Can I give more? And remember that it is all of you that birthed this resistance that we see. By investing your time and your talent and your treasure to elect the LGBTQ leaders who are doing battle on the front lines for us right now. And it is your contributions today that are critical to building the capacity to elect more LGBTQ leaders to ramp up this fight. Now, I know that a lot of you in this room spent a lot of money last cycle. And we're sorely disappointed and still a little bit confused by and shell-shocked by what all that money bought. Well, I can assure you that every single dollar that you invest in Victory Fund today lays the foundation for LGBTQ political power tomorrow. When you invest $10,000 in Victory, you build the bench of LGBTQ leaders who will be the change that we so desperately need to see right now. And when you invest $5,000 in Victory, you win places at the table for our people to weigh in on the decisions that impact our lives. And when you invest $1,000 in Victory, you elect our first transgender leaders up and down the ballot. When you invest in Victory Fund, you ultimately invest in yourself, in your livelihood, in your family, and in your future. Our LGBTQ candidates are the antidote to these maddening times. And they need you to help us help them usher in progress and set this nation on the right track. We are all we got. So we must invest in our leadership because only we can save ourselves. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for digging deeper. We have been doing this work for 25 years and have amassed an army of influence of LGBTQ leaders all around this country that are driving us forward. And we must continue to do that work, and we can only continue to do that work with your support. And with your support, we will continue to declare victory in the first 100 days, and the next 100 days, and in years to come. Thank you guys so much.